Hi, my name is Arvin and this is another series here that will be speaking about tips on how to study more efficiently and some hacks kung paano mas mag-memorize or kung paano mas ma-expand yung knowledge mo sa isang specific na field. So this will be helpful for every student na nanonood nitong video ito. First, I want to say that this information that I will be sharing to you are things that I learned from an online course from Coursera na learning how to learn. So it is a very great course kasi ang daming kong nai-apply sa course na yon sa aking studying habits. And ayun, I am currently doing each one of those and when I study. Ganun. So I will call this series the chunking series kasi dun pa lang sa word na yun parang ano yung chunk? Ganyan, diba? So let us start this one by defining what is a chunk. According to the online course, chunks are pieces of information neuroscientifically bound together by meaning or use. Which means, itong mga chunks na to, ito yung kapag pinagsasama-sama mo ang mga pieces of information para makabuo ng isang parang network ng information na magkakaparehas ng meaning or pare-parehas ng use. Like for example, in science, we segregate it by biology, physics, chemistry, earth science. We segregate it that way. By that, mas madali mong maintindihan na ito bang concept na to is nasa biology ba siya? Ito bang concept na to ay nasa general science, nasa physics ba siya, or nasa chemistry? So that is one example. And now, I want to start this video by saying that one of the best ways for us to gain expertise in a specific body of knowledge is to create conceptual chunks that unite. So, ang chunks ay ginagawa natin in many fields. One of those fields is music, when we associate a certain chord on a specific song. Na, itong chords na yan, ganitong song yan. Even in dance, when we associate yung mga single steps para makabuo ng buong choreography for a chorus, for example. Or even in sports, you can do chunking in sports. Paano ka gagalaw every step na yon para sipain yung bola or para i-shoot yung bola sa goal, parang ganon. Chunking plays a very great role in human learning. So, I will discuss yung mga benefits ng chunking. So, chunking helps in fitting the puzzle piece of learning to the bigger picture. I mentioned in my past video that an example is yung sa science, na kapag nakita mo na, ito, biology ito. Tapos, kapag pinit mo siya doon, it will create a map in your mind na itong concept na to ay sa ano to, sa science to. Parang ganon. So, chunking also helps us to understand the context. When we put pieces together, when we put pieces of information together, we can see na ano ba itong storya ng information na ito. Parang ganun. And chunking also helps us see the relationship of that concept to other concepts. So an example that I want to share to you regarding this is yung cellular respiration. So when we take the picture of it na cellular respiration na nasa cell lang, tawag dito, that is a chunk. By understanding that, we can connect it to other concepts na ang tao ay nagre-respire, ang halaman ay nagre-respire, ang hayop ay nagre-respire. Parang gano'n. So, those are other connections that it is associated to. So, for this video, we will talk about how to make a chunk. So, I will give you 3 steps how to make it. First is to listen. Next is to watch. And make a pattern. So listen, watch, and make a pattern. So, for example, you are moving to a new place. Ganyan. So, yung listen, doon kumbaga, is pwede siyang observing na ano bang meron dito sa place na to. For example, for people who's moving from their own homes to college, parang ganyan. You need to familiarize yourself first doon sa lugar na yon. So, ayan. Listen or familiarize. Next is watch. Next is you need to do as you watch it, pwede kang mag-walk siguro. When you walk, it will familiarize you more dun sa lugar na yon. Pwede mong tignan na yung mga establishments, ano yung mga signage, yung mga ganon. Next is to make a pattern na ito palang place na to, nandito lahat yung mga restaurant. Itong place na to pala is andito yung church, yung mga ganon na bagay. So, you need to make a pattern. And as time goes by, kapag yung pattern mo ay established na, there will be a chance na dahil sa sobrang familiarize mo na dun sa place na yon, pwede ka pang makahanap ng shortcut, pwede ka pang makakuha ng other ways how to go to another place. So, dun sa nangyaring yun, familiarization, listening, looking at a certain place, watching, doing, walking, kung saan ka papunta or what, and lastly is making a pattern, establishing a pattern kung ano nangyari or saan papunta ang isang road at alin pa yung mga ilang roads. So chunking, as you can see, is a process. So it is a process that happens from listening, observing, to doing. In this video, we will talk about the basic steps on how to form a chunk. In my past video, I discussed 3 parang phases, which is listening, watching, and making patterns. Ayan. So in this video, we will talk about the first step on how we can make a chunk. The first step is to focus on the information that you want to chunk, na gusto mong buuhin, parang ganon. This needs undivided attention. Kaya nga, diba, focus. I have videos here talking about the focus and the diffuse mode. So kapag sinabi nating focus on the word itself, focus, undivided attention. When learning a specific concept, your brain is somehow looking for a space dun sa brain mo kung saan pwede niyang i-associate yung bagong concept na yon. Like for example, learning about a specific song. Ayan. Kunwari, you are learning how to play in a guitar, ganyan. So, kapag kunwari merong bagong song na ibibigay sa'yo, you can associate it with other songs as well. Like for example, parehas pala sila ng chords nung ganitong kanta. Ganyan. Or same through in learning a specific concept in science. When you learn about cellular respiration, ganyan, you can associate it na, ito baliktad pala to nung sa photosynthesis. Ganyan. So, pwede yung mga ganong associations. Opposite or the same. Parang ganon. So, yun nga, the first step is to focus on the information that you want to chunk. In my past video, I discussed the first step on how to form a chunk, and ngayon, let's move forward. So, the next step on how to create a chunk is to understand the basic idea of the information that you want to chunk. So, understanding is like a super glue na it will connect the information together. But it will not stop there. Understanding is also really exposing yourself to that specific concept. Kasi kapag una mo siyang binasa, syempre, there's lesser chance na ma-understand mo agad. Minsan, inuulit pa natin ng mga ilang beses, diba? So, that is part of learning. Reviewing and remembering. Yan. So, the first time that you understand a concept is the first time that you do it yourself. Ayun yung sabi sa course that I took in Course Era. Na yung isang concept pala is mas ma-understand mo siya or it will be fully understood kapag ginagawa mo na siya. So, it is very important in learning to do it yourself, or for example, solve a problem. You can understand the concept first. Pagkatapos nun, tsaka mo i-practice yung sarili mo. So I really appreciate din yung mga teachers. I have a teacher when I was in senior high school na lagi siya nagpapapractice this. So after niyang i-discuss yung concept, pinapapractice niya sa amin yung isang problem, gano'n. That is a part of the learning process na to understand kung ano nga ba yung nangyari. For us, na mga students, na tignan kung paano nga ba ginawa yun, kung bang na-gets mo ba yung diniscuss na concept, yung mga gano'n. So, just understanding first glance, ganyan, or the first time, will not eventually form a chunk. Kailangan ng review and kailangan ng repetition para mas ma-understand at mas mag-form ng neural pattern. You will remember in the 4th episode or 3rd episode of this series, ang steps diniscuss ko is to listen, watch, and create pattern. So this understanding can also fall with creating a pattern. And the final step on how to form a chunk is to gain context. So gain context. Kapag naka-form ka na ng chunk, like for example, ang cellular respiration ay nangyari sa cells, tapos pwede na siyang mangyari sa hayop, sa halaman, at saka sa tao. So fit it to the bigger picture. What is the context? Anong context kapag yung cellular respiration ay nangyayari sa halaman? Ano yung context kapag yung cellular respiration ay nangyayari sa tao at sa hayop? Ganon. So you can fit it to the bigger picture. So, para doon, malalaman mo kung useful ba yung chunk na information that you gained sa isang concept. Na ito ba ay pwede kong gamitin kapag nag-aaral ako ng biology, or ito ba ay pwede kong gamitin kapag nag-aaral ako ng chemistry? Yung mga ganun na questions, it can help you. So, gaining context is very important in the chunking process.